Good morning everyone, my name is Gideon. Today I'll be taking you through a CorelDraw tutorial on how to create a banner, a simple and responsive banner. Beautiful to some extent. At least we start from this level, then we go higher as the time goes by. Okay, as you're seeing on the screen, this is what we are going to be designing. This banner you are seeing on the screen here is what we are going to be designing. So I'm going to walk you through how we are going to go through all of this from beginning to the end. Okay, all right, so let's get started. The first thing you need to do is we need to go to File under Corel. We open a new document. When you open a new document, okay, now the size of the banner we are going to be designing is 6 feet by 4 feet. So that's the size. You can give it whatever name you want to give it. Corel tutorial on banner. Let's take for example. Then I use a resolution of 300 dpi so that it makes my picture clear. It helps me to retain the resolution of my system even when people zoom the picture of the end design. So now I click on OK, then it's going to open a new page for me. This is the exact size of what we are going to be working with. So now I want to work on this. We want to start with this, and this is what we want to achieve over here. I'm using Corel X7. You can do this on X3, on X5, on Corel 12, or whatever. You can do all of that. Okay, so now this is what we want to do. So the first thing I want to do is, this is my rectangular tool, this is my toolbar, and I want to double click on my rectangular tool. Why am I doing that? So that I can have my full size, my full working A size. You can see I can drag it down, but that's not what I want to do. So now the first thing I want to do is I want to drag this point by clicking on my left button and dragging it to this level. If you look at here, you see that this blue level, the first faint blue level, got to somewhere about here. So that is exactly what I was trying to do. So that's the first one there. Then I'm going to drag this from the bottom part to somewhere around here too. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to convert this shape to curve. Why am I converting to curve? I'm converting to curve so that I can curve the edges, I can make some movements and all of that. So I use Ctrl Q to convert to curve, or that's Ctrl plus Q. Or you come to Object, then you come to Convert to Curve. You can see it cannot be selected because I've already converted that particular shape to curve. That's why it cannot be selected from here. So the next thing I want to do is I want to pick my shape tool, or by hitting the F10 button on the keyboard. So my shape tool is the second tool here. You can see this is the shape tool F10. So when I click on that, I want to delete this point here by just double clicking on that point, or just clicking, and you can just use a single click and hit the delete button, or if I go back again, you can use the double click to delete that point. You can see what I have now. So then if you look at what we have here, you can see we have some kind of curve like that. So what I want to do is I want to make this place curve. I right click on any point on this line, then I click on to curve. So I have something like this. Can we see? So that's what I have. Then if you go back here, you can see that I already have this part that goes like this. So all I need is this other part. Okay, but I did not actually get this part right, so I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go back and hit my undo button twice. Okay, now I want to select a point here. Then I'm going to, if you look at from here, this comes down a bit and this go in a bit. So I'm going to take this in a bit by, okay, I right click and select to curve. I'm going to take this in a bit. Then I'm going to right click on this part to select to curve and bring this out some of it. Then I'll delete this middle point. This middle point is going to be deleted, so I'll delete this. Then I can adjust it based on how I want it to be. You can see. Then if I want to make any adjustment, I can use this to end. If I want to add this, I can use this. You can see what we have. I can use this to drag it down. Okay, that's been said. Now I want to work on the top side area. So I just click on the middle part here. I double click just to make 2 points. We have points to the left and points to the right. So I'm going to do the similar thing to what I did to the bottom part. So I'll right click here, I'll click to curve, then I'll bring this down, you can see in this way. Then I want to do this to a right click to curve, and then I'll do this. Then I'll delete both this center one. Then I can hit this curve to bring this down or pull it up. You can see what I have. So I can have this. Then I can use this. You can see what we have. You can see what we have. Then I want to bring this down. You want to bring this down. Okay. Then I want to actually take this up this point. I want to hit this so we can have something like this. Okay, so now we have that. Now that we have that, okay, first thing I want to do before I move on to the next phase of thing is, okay, let's quickly see something from here. If you look at the color here, the color is some kind of light blue, something related to this color over here, pastel blue. So I'm just going to add that to that curve. So let me just add that. Then I'm going to remove the black outline. So by right clicking on this one here, if you don't have this tab on your screen, okay, you can just right click on this here, just right click, so that moves it away. But the next thing I want to do is this. I want to double click on this my rectangular tool again, so I can have my old working area. Then what I want to do is I want to take this my curve into my working area, which is this. So to do that, I'll select this, come to object, then under object come to power click, hit on place inside frame, and that is inside that. So if you can do that with your own version of CorelDraw, then I'm going to take another way to do that as well. So I'm just going to assume I have not done that. So let me double click and have my frame again. So now I want to move this inside my rectangular bar. So to move this inside my rectangular bar, all I have to do is I have to bring this out a bit, then use my right click button to drag it into the working area. So I'll use my right click button to drop it here, then select power click inside. Then this means I want to edit what I have power clicked, so I can hit it, then come here and drag to where I want it to be. You can see if I need to adjust the size, I can use these edges. You can see you can just drag these edges. When you hold the shift button while dragging, it helps to make the size be on the same. It adjusts the size up and down, left and right. So that is about that. So now that we are done with this, before I finish my power clicking, I want to create another layer for this. So which is going to be this side, this blue layer here. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to come back to where we are working. Okay, I'm just going to hit this rectangular to at any point, then to the point. Okay, so now I want to drag it to the point layer of where this actually started from. Then remember, to convert to curve, you hit your Ctrl Q, or you come to object, convert to curve. You hit the convert to curve button, then you hit your F10, or you select the shape tool. So the first thing I want to do is I want to bring this down to this level. I want to bring this down to this level, or yeah, okay, let's go like that. Then I want to make two edges just like we did initially. So one is going to be cut to curve. Okay, this is going to come down, and the other is going to go up to curve, and it's going to go up. Okay, something like that. Then I delete this middle point. So I want my shape to come down. I want it to be under this this first point. So I'm just going to select this stuff and then drag down. Okay, now I think I'm okay with it, but it's not that well good. So I'm going to drag this up, only this part. Then I'm going to drag this up to only this part. So now what I want to do is I want to adjust this so that it's under this. Then I want to adjust this so that it is under this as well. Okay. think that's okay and fine. So now I select my pick tool. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to add a color to that, and the color I want to add is this deep color, this deep blue. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to add color. I can add this, and I want to remove the outline. I don't like the outline, so just remove that. Okay, but that's not the blue color I'm actually looking for. So I can go on and create the color of blue I want by double clicking on this. You have this on your in whatever version of CorelDraw you're using. So I double click on this blue color. So I want to see what I'm doing. So I make it depending on the version of blue I want, the how deep, how solid, or whatever. And okay, that is that. That is that. Or another way you can go about creating that same version of blue is, another way you can go about doing that is when you come here, if I select this blue, okay, I think, okay, this is JPEG. I have JPEG this, so let me just show you how I can get the color of any color of any document you want to work on. If I want to get this color, all I have to do is, let's assume I'm giving this my rectangular box. If I'm giving this my rectangular box, if I'm giving it red, for example, as initial color, and I aim at getting this color, all I have to do is double click here. Then from my color swatch, I click on this eyedropper tool, then click on this background. So it automatically gives me the color, and this is the formation of the color: 46 red, 48, 146 black. This is RGB color. So that is how to get the color of anything. So then I can just copy this particular one here and paste it to my working document. So with this pasted to my working document, I will have the color added here automatically. Or better still, I can just change this color again by using my color eye picker and just taking this. Then we have the perfect color we are working with, as you can see from that. So I don't need this, I want to delete it. So now the next thing I want to look at is I want to have this my logo. Okay, this is a JPEG logo, was not actually designed by me, but you can still have it. So if you have your logo, you can import your logo. Then you get. Then we want to have these Bemofat links, the registration number, and all of that, and this computer of a thing. Okay, you can use whatever image you want to use for yours. So I'm just going to design every other thing. So now I want to focus on this part. I want to focus on this part where we have our item, UPS, and all of blah 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 like that. So let's come back here to have that shape that we have there. Okay, something is not right here already. So I want to bring this down a bit so I can close the white gap I'm seeing over there. So now let me just close that. Okay. Now, okay, before I go, now you see this button. This button means that you have finished editing the content you are putting inside of your working area. So when you click on it, you can see stop editing content. Come, you click on it. Okay, then we want to proceed by clicking by creating this kind of shapes. So to create that type of shape, you need a rectangular tool, okay, of any width depending on you. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to convert to curve, Ctrl Q. Then once I convert to curve, the next thing I want to do is I want to pick my shape tool. Okay. Then if you look at the shape here, you see that this edge is curved all through this place. So the next thing I want to do is I want to delete this portion here. Then I'll delete this. You can go anywhere down as far as you like. Then I want to convert to curve and have something like this. Okay, so that is the first end. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to make this other end curve. So I'm going to go on to this place too and delete this. Then I'm going to have something like this. Okay, and so you can drag and drag until you have what exactly you want to have. So I have exactly what I want. I delete this point that I use as my intersection point. So you can adjust as you want and make it as you wish it is. You can see what we have now. Or you can just leave those 2 points without deleting them. It doesn't make any difference. Well, I don't need it, so I can delete that point and Okay, this is what we need here. So I can give it a white color and I will remove the outline. Okay. Okay, I want to give you a blue outline. Okay, let's just take that. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to copy and paste this. Copy paste. So I have two. So what I want to do is I want to make this like this. Okay, I don't want to do that. So let me just duplicate this. Let's have this. Okay. This is what we have. So I'll make it kind of smaller. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to have all of these. Oh shit. Okay. Sorry. I want to look at this. Okay. On this point we have, I want to pick my rectangular tool and I want to draw this portion. I want to have this top portion. You can see what I have. I can adjust the size by just dragging in, dragging this back, dragging this, and okay. What I do is I hold my control key and select my left click button, then drag towards the direction I want, then drop with right click. While my control key is on and my left click is on, I drop with right click. So that's a way of duplicating it. But if I need to do that again, I don't need to do all of that. I just need to press Ctrl plus R to keep repeating it, and see the number of times I actually want. So, but I don't need this again, and that is. I need to see if this is 6x4. This is 6x4. Okay, no problem. I want to be sure I'm working on the right. Okay, let's see. Okay, now this is kind of big, so I want to bring it down. No, I want to adjust this. So another thing I want to do is I want to create a rectangular tool like this, and I want to convert to curve. Hit my F10 button. Sorry, that's not it. So I'm going to enlarge my box in the size I want it to be. I'll do that for both the one on the left and the other one on the right. Okay, then when I'm satisfied with the size, okay, let me just adjust this. Now select the F8 button, which is the A button on the toolbar area. Then I will drag it in the size I want my text to contain. If I drag it outside, it's going to overflow. The text will overflow, but I want it just within this first frame. So I'm just going to have it like that. So I select these are the text I want for my design, all the text I'm going to be inputting. So I'll copy this first one, then I'll, with my F8 selected, I'll click on this area. You can see with my F8 button, then I click on Ctrl plus V. It's pasted already, just that it's small. So I'll highlight everything, then go to the font size and give the desired font size I want. That is font size 100, 150. So you can go as far as the size you want. Then I want to change the font to colors. I like colors, so I think I'll go with colors. Yes, colors. You can use your own preferred font. So and the size is too big for me, so I'll go to 100, and or maybe I can just go about the size I want. Let me try 130. That's big. Okay, 125 seems okay, but I don't like what I'm seeing too. Okay, let me just do some adjustments. So I'll use my F10 button to adjust them up and down. So by just dragging that layer down, it gives space both up and down for my letterings, for my words. Okay, you can go as far as you want depending on the space you want between each of them. Let me change the size again to something smaller. 100 is too small for me. I can use 100. I don't need it up to that height, so I can just adjust. Okay, let's see. One thing should do. I think 110 is okay. 110 is okay. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to copy this and drop it with a right click button. I drag with a left button and drop it with a right click button, so it will just duplicate that content. So what I'm doing is I'm making that section to be as wide as that area so that it can contain my text. So next thing is I select this set of text, copy it, then with my F8 that's my text too, I highlight everything, then paste over it. You can see, so I have the text containing that part, as you can see. Okay, now I want to put my bulletin, the markings you can see in the order. Okay, let's see what we have. Let's see. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, let me just give okay, to add my bulletin I select Ctrl F11 will bring out this insert character part, then I type web. Once you type web things, it bring out this. I don't think it's under web things. Let me see. It's not here, so I think I'm going to go with wingdings. I should go for wing because I'm not seeing it here. So I'll go for wingdings. So you can customize this on your own, but I just want to make this simple for you so you don't have to create everything from scratch. So I select any of the mark icon, then I'm giving my color. It's small, so I have to enlarge it, make it bigger, then place it beside each of the item to make it a set of lists. I use my F2 button or my zoom tool to zoom up my work so you can see. Then I'm giving that color blue. See, I zoom again. Okay, then I drop with a right click, then I use Ctrl R to duplicate, then I can set and balance each of them. Okay, I drag this and duplicate with a right click, then I can use my Ctrl R to duplicate all through for as many that I want there. Okay, so let me just balance all this. Okay, let me right click and drop this and do the same for this. Okay, yeah, so I think that is set. The next thing I want to do is I want to fix this heading, this header. That part will be black color. You can change your color. That black part will be this color. I'll remove the outline by right clicking on that. then this will be a kind of black that is not too dark like that. Then I can copy my text and paste them in that section. I want to import my logo. I can't actually remember where my logo is. The logo I use in that design is what I'm looking for. I don't know. Okay, I think I can do that later. Okay, let me just adjust the size of this. Let me adjust this. Okay. Now let me copy the text for the first one, engineering services. I use my F8 button, then I use the Ctrl V to paste, change the font size to the font name to colors, then I drag it there. I use shift. Okay, I use white color, then I use shift page up to bring it up, supposing you don't have your own showing at the top of the background. So you can see I have that showing at the top. So that's for that side. Thank you. We'll continue in our next tutorial. Let me take a stop here. Thank you.